From Ed in San Antonio, Bryan and Vinny with a Christmas sticker on it. Christmas blessings. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lordy, Lordy.
Oh, I think we're going to eat good.
May you have the gift of faith, the blessing of hope, the peace of his love, and at Christmas and always. Merry Christmas, Chico and Vinny. From Ed in San Antonio. What a fine man. We've got two $25 gift certificates to, God, I don't even know.
I think any of those restaurants.
Any of those. Red Lobster, Olive Garden, Bahama Breeze, or Season 22 Grill, which I've never even heard of.
Wow.
And Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, just in time.
I'll be taking those. I'll give you, which ones do you want, Vince?
I think we're supposed to get one of each.
I'm just going to give you one total.
I know you were, but that's not what you're supposed to do.
Fucking cocksucker.
How dare you?
Cheap bastard.
Thank you, Ed.
Thanks, Ed. Although the Cheesecake Factory, Ed, I'm boycotting the Cheesecake Factory, so I should actually just give both of those to Vince here. But we talked about it briefly on the other show. I guess we'll tell this story very quickly since I'm still trying to stall for time on those other shows. We went to the Craig came up. We were going to watch The Wrestler, but it wasn't out yet. So we ended up watching Burn After Reading, which was a fine film. But regardless, we all went to eat at the Outback Steakhouse before the film began. And so we went there, and we sat down, and I looked at all the menu items, and I chose to get, I believe, the ribs. I was going to get the ribs, correct? I decided I was going to get the ribs. And my mouth was watering, and my saliva glands were salivating. Anyway, I was really hungry. And I go to order, and the fat guy taking our order says, "I'm sorry, we're out of ribs." I said, "Excuse me?" He said, "We're out of ribs." I said, "What about prime rib?" He goes, "No, we're out of that too." I said, "Hold on a second. You're out of ribs and prime rib?" He said, "Yeah. All the snow and subsequent flooding made it impossible for the trucks to get here. We have no ribs and we have no prime rib." I am not making the story up. For those of you that thought I was over-exaggerating with my hatred of the snow, now we didn't have meat. So, I ended up ordering, I don't even remember what I ordered, but I was not happy with it.
A plate of bitterness.
Plate of sad, a plate of tears. So I ate that. So I vowed at that point never to go back to this. Actually, you know what? Craig managed to get us all free dessert. So it was not a lost cause. We all got free desserts as a result of this, so it ended up working out all right. But still, I don't plan on going back to Outback anytime soon. I don't care if it was the snow's fault, God's fault. When I walk into the Outback Steakhouse, it should at least be posted, no ribs and no prime rib. For Christ's sake, you know what I mean?
They wasted an hour of your time just waiting there.
Yeah, don't tell me this when I'm about to fucking order. Tell me this before I wait an hour to get seated. So anyway, that really pissed me off. And I should note that I also went to the grocery store the other day, and they were also out of a bunch of stuff because of the snow. The snow had prevented trucks from getting up I-5 due to massive flooding. So anyway, we went to the Cheesecake Factory prior to seeing The Wrestler. That's 2 times that this happened as we were about to see The Wrestler. Went to the Cheesecake Factory, and Craig was there along with his daughter, whose name need not be mentioned. Everybody just knows Craig's daughter. But she was there as well, and I ordered a steak, Diane's steak, skirt steak or whatever it is. So sat there and I ordered it, and the waiter disappeared. And about 5 minutes later, he came back to the table and he said, "I got some bad news. I know some of you ordered burgers, and the burgers we do have. However, we don't have any steak. So whoever it is that ordered steak, you're going to have to pick something else off the menu." I just lost it. I buried my head in my hands. I looked up. I don't normally lose my temper in public places, in front of actual human beings. But I looked up at the guy, and did I not just say, "You've got to be kidding me. You have no steak?"
That's a direct quote, yes.
I was so angry. I was going to double leg this man and take him down and choke him out with his fucking apron. I was so mad that they had no steak. I was like, this cannot be. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. So I'm like, all right, give me a menu. And all of a sudden he just goes, "I'm just fucking with you." And he walks off. As it turns out, Craig's no longer lovely daughter ribbed me.
Cruel and heartless daughter.
She fucking went up to the waiter, because she'd also been at the Outback Steakhouse. She went up to the waiter and told him to come tell me there was no steak. He did a fabulous job, by the way, as far as acting. I did not for a moment did I suspect that this was a bullshit rib. So, I got my steak. I'm all happy. So then it's time for dessert. And he goes around and he asks what everybody wants, and cheesecake and this and that, and I said, "I'll have Linda's fudge cake. That's my favorite cake. That's my favorite dessert, is Linda's fudge cake at the Cheesecake Factory." I know many of you listening to this right now are saying, "Why don't you get cheesecake at the fucking Cheesecake Factory?" I don't like cheesecake. And you know what? A lot of people also don't, because they wouldn't sell Linda's fudge cake if nobody wanted Linda's fudge cake. So anyway, I sat there. And a moment later, the waiter comes back. A different waiter this time. An older man. And as God is my witness, what does the waiter say? "We're out of Linda's fudge cake." I didn't even know what to do at this point. I thought...
I looked right at Danielle.
I did too. I thought, you... No, she wasn't at the table. She'd left. Mm-hmm. She'd left. So he's, and he didn't say, "I'm just joking." So he's like, "You want to look at the menu?" And I said, "No, I just don't want anything." I was so angry and bitter. So he left. She came back. We told her the story. She began laughing uproariously.
Yes.
Then we told her we weren't kidding. We asked her if she'd set this man up. She knew nothing of it. They actually were out of cake on a Friday night. How the fuck do you run out of cake on a Friday night?
Apparently everyone comes in and orders the cake.
Okay, you shouldn't make plans? This is the first Friday night in the history of the Cheesecake Factory? It's not even, they didn't even run out on the holidays, for Christ's sake. So anyway, I sat there for a while just fucking stewing. Like, you've got to be kidding me. This can't be true. And finally I just thought, bullshit. I do not believe this. And I walked over there and I actually scoped out the entire area. And in the fridge was a fucking big chocolate cake that looked exactly like the Linda's fudge cake. And I went up to the girl and I said, "Is that the fucking Linda's fudge cake right there in the fridge? Because he told me you were all out." And she said, "No, that's the truffle chocolate meltdown," or something like that. So anyway, I ended up ordering that. But my luck has just run out. And you know what? It's all because of the snow.
Snow has stopped food from being delivered.
Fuck the snow! Tofino understands. So I thought I'd throw that out there, a sob story involving me and food. And why that's right, that's why I remembered it, the Cheesecake Factory. So now I've got a $25 gift card so I can go back to the Cheesecake Factory and not get what I want to eat.
Do you want me to take that off your hands?
No, I like it. All right, everybody. Now that I've lost my voice, I got to play a song, and then we'll get going on SmackDown and then Raw. Here we go.